Fellow explorers, from the owners of Koi Palace and Dragon Bow in San Francisco comes a new dim sum restaurant, Palette Tea House, in Ghirardelli Square in Fisherman's Wharf. Really excited for this because I've loved Koi Palace for a long time. Now, if you've been to Koi Palace in Daly City, you'll notice that this restaurant immediately looks smaller. Koi Palace seats over 400 people. This restaurant, inside and out, seats 200. They have this neat table here. It's a communal table that there's actually like fish in the table, Koi Palace. They don't have a koi pond, but they've got little goldfish in there, which is pretty neat. And they've also got the fish tanks where you can get crab, which is one of their specialties. If you're doing some of those high-end things, you can get lobsters that they have right there. And they've got a few more lobsters in this tank. And they're also really big on the duck. I didn't get the duck, but that'd pretty be good coming back again. You can see the open kitchen, which is cool because dim sum restaurants, usually it's somewhere in the back that you never actually get to see where it comes from. You see them coming out hot and steamy, and you can see the steamers right there in the back where they're cooking those up. They've got some private rooms like this right here, and then they've got a big patio outside. In total, they can seat 262, which is half of Koi Palace's volume. And if you do want to dine here, I recommend you make a reservation because they actually take reservations on Yelp. I've got 5 of their classic items to try. And the first one I'm gonna try is their Black Swan Taro Puffs. These are black and they look like swans. Inside there is some pork, duck, shrimp filling. They give it to you with a knife, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into this. Mostly taro crust at this point. Let's see if I get to actually any of the meat of this dumpling. I think I need to wash that down with a little bit of jasmine tea. I'm slightly disappointed the tea comes in a mug like this instead of like a tea pot, like a Koi Palace. You typically get the tea pot and they fill it up with more hot water. It's $3 for the jasmine tea. So the next one that's a specialty here is their 5-color Xiao Long Bao. There's 5 flavors in here. This is $15. There's pork, kale, truffle, like beet, and crab. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into these. These are soup dumplings that comes with vinegar as the dipping sauce. Nibble on to see how hot it is. It's got a little carrot on the bottom. It's hot. The soup is good. This is what Din Tai Fung is famous for, a famous Taiwanese soup dumpling chain. And this is a pretty good Xiao Long Bao rendition. The skin is nice and thin. The pork has a really nice smooth taste and doesn't taste overly greasy or fatty, which is sometimes the problem in a lot of Xiao Long Bao places. I'm gonna get to the rest of those flavors in a moment, but I wanna get to the other dishes. Next up, we have the pork and shrimp shumai. So let's go ahead and dive into this one. And I'm gonna dip this into some chili soy sauce and some chili sauce, because that tastes good. These are good. The shumai is one of my favorites at Koi Palace, south of San Francisco Airport in Daly City. And these stay very true to those originals. All right, what do I have next? I've got my other favorite from Koi Palace, shrimp hargao. These are kind of clear dumplings that have a shrimp filling inside. I also like how all the items come on bamboo steamers. By the way, it's dim sum. They don't have any push carts around here. You order it all off a menu. It's a nice menu with pictures. So let's try the hargao with a little bit of soy sauce. It's good. It's a really rich shrimp taste. The wrapper is nice and soft, but not soggy. Still has some chew to it. Also, just the right consistency. All right, and my last of the 5 dishes, let's dive into the chashu bao. This is a steamed barbecue pork bun. There's 3 of them. And they got a little wrapper on the bottom that they cook it on. We break into that. It's nice and steamy in there and hot. Oh, so fresh and pillowy. Pretty good. Chris, there's a lot of food for one person. It's a lot of food for one person. I ordered all this food for you so that I could show it to you on camera. Am I gonna enjoy it? I am enjoying it, but I probably would have just got some of the boring things, and if I wasn't making a video, I might not have gotten the Swan Taro Puff, but I figured I had to get the Swan Taro Puff for you. I don't know that I would get the Swan Taro Puff again, but I do think I would get all the other items I've had so far again. Let's go ahead and dive into the other flavors of the xiaolongbao. Let's try their kale flavored xiaolongbao now. That definitely has a veggie taste to it. It felt like it still had pork in it, but there was just extra kale along with the pork. And if you've got any rabbits with you in the family, there's a carrot at the bottom of that too. All right, let's do the truffle xiaolongbao, the black one, and I'm gonna dip that in the vinegar that they got again. By the way, they all come in little spoons. The proper way to eat this is to like nibble it a little bit. In case it's too hot, you could drain out the soup that you see there into the spoon. You could drink the soup out of the spoon, and then once you've done that, then you can eat your dumpling. This one also not a strong truffle flavor, but I can definitely taste the truffle. Okay, the red. My hand doesn't turn this way. The red xiaolongbao. This is supposedly the beet xiaolongbao. So try this. We'll nibble it. We'll send out some of the soup. We'll drink the soup. It's all red inside, including like the meat is red from the beet. I don't love beets. It's probably my least favorite of the xiaolongbao. Not that it was bad, but I could do without the beet. And this last one should be the crab. I want to cleanse my palate a little bit at the Palate Tea House before I have the crab one. We'll get a little bit of vinegar, and I'm just gonna send this one all in. It's good. It's not overly crabby. Good mixture of the crab and the pork. I like that one too. What would I come back here and get next time? I mean, definitely the hargao, definitely the shumai, definitely the chashu bao. Skip the swan thing. And the xiaolongbao, I might just get the regular one because it's cheaper, just the pork one, all that, but it was fun the first time to do all 5. So fellow explorers, if you come to San Francisco Fisherman's Wharf, if you're looking for some actually really good food and not just touristy food, then definitely check out Palate Tea House. By the way, if you want to see more what's around Fisherman's Wharf, Chris, what do you recommend? What do we see? What should we do? You can check out some of my videos right here. There's some of my videos in Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco, and beyond. Well, fellow explorers, as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'm going to see you in one of those videos.